Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all still staying safe in quarantine and looking after yourself. So today we have a push session going down, which is going to be mainly delt focused, and we'll be moving on to some chest and triceps. And I put a little poll up on my Instagram the other day. If you don't follow me, at Morland, go follow it. Cheers, Ta. The poll was asking, what do you struggle with more? Do you struggle with dropping body fat, getting leaner, or do you struggle with adding body weight, getting bigger, and adding lean muscle mass? And the majority of the vote actually got they struggle to add weight, they struggle to get bigger. So I thought, how about I cover a few things and give you my tips, and hopefully you can implement some of these things to help you bust through that plateau. So further ado, let's sit back, let's relax, let's get into this video. Buy a new camera, I think, because this one hasn't got a mic input, and if I talk outside we have a slight problem. We pick up the wind, it's too much, so I have to keep coming in to talk to you. But anyway, the first tip and a bit of advice I want to give you will be, you're not eating in a calorie surplus. So the reason you're not adding weight and your weight is staying the same, you're not adding any lean muscle mass, and you're not getting bigger, will just be due to the fact you're not consuming enough food. You might be there thinking right now, listen man, I eat loads, I eat big, but the problem is you're not eating enough. And possibly, this was my own personal doings back in the day, or what I did myself, was I was eating a lot of volume of food, but the foods that I was eating was actually very low in calories. So until I started tracking my food, I didn't know what I was actually consuming, and I was actually under eating or maintaining my kind of weight for such a long period of time. So what I would do if I was you would be track your food, see where you're at, and just slightly bump that food up by 200 calories extra a day. Monitor your weight and you'll see that you'll slowly start to increase. If you don't, you need to eat a bit more, add a bit more food in. So that's kind of my first thing for you to do, would be get in that calorie surplus, start eating more. If you don't already know what you eat, start tracking for a week, find out where you're at, and then you can kind of move from there. That's my first tip. I hope that helps, and when you implement that, I know full well you will be gaining weight and getting bigger, and that plateau that you are currently sat at will be done. You'll be going past it and beyond. So that's my first bit of advice. We'll get into the second exercise now, which is going to be an OHP. I'm going to do a seated overhead press. Then I'm back in here to talk to you a little bit more. But anyway, let's jump into that now. Right then, so last time I OHP'd, we had the 60 kilos on the bar, and I got first set 10 reps, second set 10 reps, and third set 7 reps. So this week I'm gonna look to beat that. I'm gonna get it up now, see how it feels. I'm gonna aim for like a 10-10 and 10 if I can. I am currently in a mini cut, and my weight has dropped. I've gone from 85 kilos and I'm currently sat at 78 kilos what I weighed in this morning. So I have dropped, 7 kilos all in all. So pushing the weight that I was originally is getting harder, but we'll still try and match them numbers. Let's see what we can get. Let's jump and let's see if we can beat it today. So I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you, felt heavy today. Every rep felt like it was 10 kilos more than it should have been, but we'll try and get it, hopefully we do. Let's go. And that's that really. That shows what really happens when you drop some weight. You're gonna lose a few reps, gonna get a little bit weaker. It's disheartening, man, I hate it. But it happens, we ain't gonna always be able to consistently hold on to the same numbers that we could have when we were heavier. But never mind, we'll get out of this cut, and then when the food goes back in, the strength will go up. So that's one thing as well. Don't get disheartened on if you drop a bit of strength. You ain't gonna lose any muscle. Not really, anyway.
Jack it up.
So let's jump into the second tip now, and that will be, remember this is like your journey, this is your goal, this is your calories that you've got to be eating. So just because of someone else might be cutting, bulking on X amount of calories, doesn't mean that's going to be right for you, yourself. So for example, I'm 5'10", and around 170, what am I, that one? I don't know what it is in pounds, 78 kilos. My daily amount of calories I would need, it will be a lot less than someone that's 6'5" at 240 pounds. So this is where you need to work out what you currently need, and don't worry about what other people's food intake is, calories are, macros are. Find out what's right for yourself. So yeah, that'd be my second bit of advice. So then let's move on to our third point now, and that will be it takes two to tango. So what I mean by that is, you're probably going to the gym, you're training hard, you're logging all your lifts, you're consistently looking to get stronger, looking to improve while you train, but your nutrition might not be there. So if you're not tracking your food and you don't know what you're actually eating, I'm not saying track your food for the rest of your life, I'm just saying you need to get an idea of how it all works. But if your nutrition isn't there, you will not see the results that you are after. So you're going in, you're battering yourself. We know we need protein to grow. If you want to get bigger, you want to add lean muscle mass, we know that we need to make sure our nutrition is on point. So if you aren't tracking your food, track it, make sure you are in that calorie surplus, and make sure you are getting that 1 gram of protein to 1 pound of body weight. So for example, and it's the same example I always give, is if you're a 180 pound individual, you would look for 180 grams of protein. Make sure in that calorie surplus, and you will see it slowly going up on the scales, and you will break through that plateau. So that's my third tip. Let's jump back into this session. So my next tip to you, my fourth tip would be dirty bulk. I don't recommend the dirty bulk by any means, but if you're not willing to track your food and you're just someone that wants to add some weight, you don't care about the muscle mass, you don't care about these things, you just want to add some weight, implement a dirty bulk. Eat what you're eating. When it gets to the evening, implement one other snack, something that's fairly high in calories, get it in you, and then weigh yourself every 2 weeks, once every 2 weeks. If the weight's going up slowly and you're happy with that, and you're moving in the right direction and it's helping towards your own personal goal, do so. Again, it's not what I would personally do, and it's not what I encourage you to do, but if you are that person, and I know there's people out there like that, and it just works for their goal, implement it. So my last tip to you would be, just be patient, just be consistent, and implement the habits that you'll need every single day to break through that plateau. Be in that calorie surplus, make sure you're eating plenty, monitor it for a little while until you know what you've got to do to move in the direction that you want to move in to achieve your goals. But guys, I'm going to wrap up the video there. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, remember to hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. And until next time, just stay safe. Sound.